Honorable members, I have a communication to make on the appointment of members to the Mediation Committee on the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2023, and the Startup Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2022. Honorable members, you may recall that on Thursday, 24th July 2025, the House negatived the motion on the consideration of the Senate amendments to the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2023. This decision consequently remitted the bill to a mediation committee in accordance with the provisions of Article 112 of the Constitution and Standing Order 149. Honorable members, you may also recall that on Tuesday, 5th August 2025, I reported to this House a message from the Senate on its rejection of the National Assembly amendments to the Startup Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2022. The Senate also remitted the bill to a mediation committee in accordance with Article 112 2B of the Constitution. Honorable members, Article 113 of the Constitution requires that whenever a bill is referred to a mediation committee, the speakers of the Houses of Parliament shall each appoint an equal number of members from both houses to attempt to develop a version of the bill for consideration by both houses. In this regard, honorable members, having consulted with the leaders of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, I have appointed members to represent the National Assembly in the mediation committees to consider the said bills. With respect to the National Disaster Risk Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2023, I have appointed the following members: the Honorable Peter Lochakapong, CBS MP, the Honorable Mary Mas MP, the Honorable Pamela Njoki MP, the Honorable Majimbo Kalasinga MP, the Honorable Kenneth Kazungu MP, the Honorable Umulkhair Kazim MP, the Honorable Anton Olwoch MP, the Honorable Catherine Omanyo MP, and the Honorable Dr. Joyce Bensouda MP. With respect to the Startup Bill, Senate Bill number 14 of 2022, I have appointed the following members: the Honorable Marian Kaitanya MP, the Honorable Robert Gishim MP, the Honorable Adams Kipsanai MP, the Honorable Michael Wambuke MP, the Honorable Beatrice Adagal MP, the Honorable Amos Mwango MP, the Honorable Dr. Wilberforce Oundo MP, the Honorable Joyce Kamene MP, and the Honorable Wario Guyo MP. Honorable members, the aforementioned members will await the appointment of senators for the committees to be fully constituted. Once I've received a message from the Senate to that effect, I'll report the same to the House. Thereafter, the mediation committees will embark on an attempt to develop a mediated version of the two bills in accordance with Article 113 of the Constitution. While standing, honorable members, allow me to recognize a delegation of staff of the Budget Department of the Parliament of Ghana. I wish to welcome 4 members of staff from the Human Resource Department of the Parliament of Ghana. The 3 officers are on a visit to the National Assembly to share experiences with our Human Resource Department. They are welcome to the House of Parliament and to observe our proceedings this afternoon. Next. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats.
Order number 3, messages.
And members, we have a supplementary order paper that will guide our proceedings this afternoon. Members on their feet, take your seats. Take the nearest seats. Chen, if you intend to sit, take a seat. Thank you. Honorable members have several messages to deliver at the House. The first It's a message from His Excellency the President on nomination of persons for appointment to foreign service. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42.1, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from His Excellency the President seeking approval of persons nominated for appointment to foreign services. Honorable members, in this message, His Excellency the President conveys that in accordance with powers conferred to him by the provisions of Article 132(2)(e) of the Constitution as read together with Sections 22 and 22(2)(a) of the Foreign Service Act Cap 185(e), he has appointed 9 persons for appointment as High Commissioner, Ambassadors, and Consuls General, as hereunder. Number 1, High Commissioner, Honorable Florence Chepngetich Bore to Windhoek, Namibia. As ambassadors, 1, Ambassador Anthony Mwaniki Mushiri to Ankara, Turkey, Ambassador Lucy Kirudhu to Bangkok, Thailand, Mr. Henry Wambuma to Bujumbura, Burundi, Mr. Abdul Rashid Salat Abdile to Jakarta, Indonesia, Ambassador Joseph Musyoka Masila to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Edwin Afande to Vienna, Austria. As Consuls General, Ms. Jane Jepkorir Toroitich, order. Order. Ms. Jane Jepkorir Toroitich to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and Ms. Judy Kiaria Ngumiri to Goma, Democratic Republic of Congo. Honorable members, I hereby refer the message from His Excellency the President together with the certificate of presidential nominations, CVs, and other testimonials to the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations for consideration. Honorable members, Section 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, provides that unless otherwise provided in law, the committee to which such a nomination is referred shall consider the matter and table a report within 28 days. To this end, the committee should notify the nominees and the general public of the time and place for holding the approval hearing, and thereafter table its report soonest to enable the House to consider the matter within the set statutory timelines. Members at the bar, take the nearest seat. I still have a few communications to make. Take the nearest seats. Wamboka, what is your idea of nearest? Thank you, honorable members. The second message is also from His Excellency the President on nomination of persons for appointment as Registrar and Assistant Registrar of political parties. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42.1, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from His Excellency the President regarding the nomination of persons for appointment as Registrar and Assistant Registrar of political parties. In the message, honorable members, His Excellency the President conveys that in exercise of the powers conferred to him by the provisions of Section 34A and the 6th Schedule to the Political Parties Act, Cap 7D, as read together with Section 5 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, he has nominated Mr. John Cox Lorionoku and Ms. Agatha Wanjiku Wahome to the positions of Registrar of Political Parties and Assistant Registrar of Political Parties, respectively, and now seeks their approval for appointment by the House. Honorable members, Standing Order 45 provides that upon receipt of notification of a nomination for appointment, such a nomination shall stand committed to the relevant departmental committee for consideration. In this regard, I hereby refer the message from His Excellency the President together with the CVs and other testimonials of the nominees to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration. Honourable members, paragraph 6 of the 6th schedule to the Political Parties Act, Cap 7D, provides that the National Assembly shall within 21 days of the receipt of the names of the nominees consider the nominees and approve or reject the nomination process, and notify the nominees and the general public of the place for holding the approval hearings, and thereafter table its report for consideration by the House. Honourable members, noting that the House is scheduled to commence its long recess from tomorrow, Wednesday, 20th August 2025, the committee will be required to table its report when the House next sits. I thank you. Members at the bar, take the nearest seats. Take the nearest seats. Member for Pokot, take the nearest seat. Those still on their feet, freeze where you are. Honourable members, next message is from His Excellency the President, a referral by His Excellency the President of the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023. Honourable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from His Excellency the President regarding the referral of the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023. Honourable members, His Excellency the President conveys that pursuant to the provisions of Article 115, 1B of the Constitution, he has considered the bill and referred it back to the National Assembly for reconsideration, expressing reservations on the bill. In the presidential memorandum, His Excellency the President has expressed reservations on clause 2 of the bill. Further, His Excellency the President has proposed to amend the said clause and also introduce a new provision. His Excellency now requests the House to reconsider the bill in accordance with the provisions of Article 115 of the Constitution. Honourable members, you may recall that this House passed the bill on 18th June 2025, following which I presented the bill to His Excellency the President for assent in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. This House is therefore required to consider the President's reservation to the specified clause. Standing Order 154-2 requires the House to consider the President's reservations within 21 days upon receipt of the memorandum. In this regard, the Presidential Memorandum stands committed to the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife for consideration. The committee should prioritize the consideration of the President's reservation on the bill and table its report soonest to allow the House to conclude the reservations within their timelines. Honourable members, I hasten to guide that the House, in consideration of the President's reservations with the bill by the committee, the House will undertake, in accordance with the provisions of Article 115 of the Constitution. Further, the guidance contained in the Speaker's communication of 28th July 2025 relating the consideration of the President's reservation to a bill and amendments thereto will apply as shall be necessary. Honourable members, I now direct the clerk to circulate the memorandum of His Excellency the President to all members so that they familiarize themselves with the contents therein and the House is accordingly informed. The next, members at the bar, take the nearest seats. The next, honorable members, is a message from His Excellency the President on nomination of a person for appointment as the chairperson of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42.1, I wish to report to the House that I have received a message from His Excellency the President regarding the nomination of a person for appointment as the chairperson of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. In the message, honorable members, His Excellency the President conveys that in exercise of the powers conferred by Article 252B of the Constitution, Section 11 of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights Act Cap 71, as read together with Section 5 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act Cap 7F, he has nominated Ms. Clarice Awor Onganga for appointment as the chairperson of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. His Excellency the President now therefore seeks the approval of the House. Honorable members, you recall that on Tuesday, 12th August 2025, I notified the House about the withdrawal by notice in writing to the clerk of Dr. Duncan Obur Ojwang, the nominee who had been nominated for appointment to that position. Consequently, pursuant to the provision of Section 610 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, the candidate's nomination lapsed. The nomination of Ms. Clarice Awor Onganga is therefore consequent upon that withdrawal. In view of this, honorable members, I hereby refer the message from His Excellency the President together with the CV and the report of the selection panel and other testimonials of the nominee to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration in line with Standing Order 45. Honorable members, whereas Section 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act Cap 7F requires the House to make a decision on the nomination within 28 days, Section 11.7 of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights Act Cap 71 provides for a lesser period being 21 days. In this regard, honorable members, the committee is expected to undertake the approval hearings and submit a report within the timelines provided for in the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights Act Cap 71, that is 21 days. To this end, the committee should notify the nominee and the general public of the time and place for holding the approval hearing, and thereafter table its report soonest to enable the House to consider the matter within the set statutory timelines. I thank you. Members, the last is a message from the Senate on the passage of 5 Senate bills. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41.4, I wish to report to the House that I have received 5 messages from the Senate regarding its consideration of 5 Senate bills. Honorable members, the messages convey that on Thursday, 7th August 2025, the Senate considered and passed the following bills with amendments. 1, the Street Vendors Protection of Livelihood Bill, Senate Bill number 41 of 2023, which seeks to provide a legal framework for the recognition, protection, and regulation of street vending. 2, the Local Content Bill, Senate Bill number 50 of 2023, which seeks to facilitate the local ownership, control, and financing of activities connected with the exploitation of gas, oil, and other petroleum resources, and to provide a framework to increase the local value capture along the value chain in the exploration of gas, oil, and other petroleum resources. 3, the Early Childhood Education Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 54 of 2023, which seeks to amend the Early Childhood Education Act. Additionally, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Orders 162 of the Senate Standing Orders, Senator Eddie Okech, MP, the sponsor of the bill, has designated the Honorable Naisula Lesuda, MP, member for Samburu West constituency, as the co-sponsor of the bill in the National Assembly. And 4, the Creative Economy Support Bill, Senate Bill number 30 of 2024, which seeks to establish mechanisms for the support of the creative industry to the economy and to establish the Creatives Fund. Additionally, in accordance with Standing Order 162.2 of the Senate Standing Orders, Senator Eddie Okech MP, the sponsor of the bill, has designated Honorable Irene Mayaka MP, nominated member, as the co-sponsor of the bill in the National Assembly. In addition, honorable members, the message conveys that on Thursday, 7th August 2025, the Senate considered and passed the Business Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 51 of 2024 without amendments. The bill seeks to amend various statutes so as to create a conducive environment for doing business. In this regard, you'll note that standing orders require the Speaker to cause a bill received from the Senate to be read a first time upon conveyance of its message to the House. In view of this, and noting that the House will proceed on recess at the rise of today's sitting, I direct the clerk to schedule the 5 Senate bills in the order paper for first reading when the House resumes. Honorable members, inasmuch as I have directed the bills to be read a first time, close attention should be paid to the Creative Economy Support Bill, Senate Bill number 30 of 2024, in line with the provisions of Article 94(5) and 114 of the Constitution on the introduction of money bills and the consideration of money bills, respectively. The relevant committees therefore are to take note of the constitutional provisions while considering the bill. Thereafter, the bills will stand committed to the following committees for consideration. 1, the Street Vendors Protection of Livelihoods Bill, Senate Bill number 41 of 2023, to the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. The Local Content Bill, Senate Bill number 50 of 2023, to the Departmental Committee on Energy. The Early Childhood Education Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 54 of 2023, to the Departmental Committee on Education. And the Creative Economy Support Bill, Senate Bill number 30 of 2024, and the Business Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 51 of 2024, to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning. The committees to which the bills have been referred are encouraged to prioritize their consideration and submit their reports as soon as is practicable to enable the House to proceed with the necessary next steps on the bills. The House is accordingly guided. I thank you. Next.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following